Welcome back to the Woman Experience. My name is Edith Karemi, and I am really passionate about celebrating womanhood, but also challenging ourselves, learning from each other. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Today we are on part 3 with Sarah, who is a faith-based marriage coach, but has also shared an incredible story and gems, lots of gems around marriage, around grief, about values as a woman. Who are you and what do you believe in? I think that has been the anchoring message, that if you're not centered and very clear about who you are as a person, your life will always, you will not stand, the challenges that life throws at you. And if you haven't already, please watch in part 1 and part 2, because that's where we began. So that part 3 is now easy for you to connect with. So today I want us to talk. It will be a very brief episode, because we've shared a lot in part 1 and part 2. I think one even could have run a whole hour long. But today I want us, Sarah, to finish with motherhood.
Yeah.
Which is a big part of the marriage conversation for people who have kids. But I know you also really do have a lot of gems to share around motherhood and raising of children. And I think motherhood is one of those things that really changes your view of the world. 1 minute you're alone, the next you're now thinking, I don't know who said this, having a child is like having a heart beating out of your body, or you're in a different place, but your heart is beating outside your body. So it changes the way we see ourselves and the world. So what have you learned about yourself, or what has motherhood taught you?
Thank you, Edith. I'm so glad we continue this conversation. So yeah, motherhood is first and foremost beautiful, very fulfilling. Despite how the baby came, a baby is a very innocent part of somebody, and they have a way of just melting someone.
Yes.
The hardest of people will be melted by a baby, So for me, motherhood has, first of all, taught me resilience and stretch. It has shown me that I have some power that I did not know was within me. It has shown me there are some parts of me that were hidden, that I did not know that I could go to that extent of myself. It has shown me how to be a giver, extremely giving, because when a baby comes, actually babies, all they do is take.
Yeah, they are okay.
They take, especially when they are little. But when they grow, they also take, but with now understanding. So it has taught me how to give selflessly, sacrificially, knowing that I'm trying to maybe grow this person into a very better version of me and of themselves, to somebody who can be able to stand in this life of their own, based on how I was able to nurture them and build them up. So that giving, I give with an understanding that what kind of person am I trying to get out of this person? I want to get somebody who is a child, a boy, a girl, who will grow up with a lot of integrity, character, what kind of person do I want? So that giving comes with that understanding from me. So it has taught me to be very selfless. A recent last week experience of my preteen girl, she needed her hair done.
Yeah.
And she had already done her hair from midterm, straight lines, very nice. But when they went to school, they were told they needed to have braids because of a certain festival they were going, music festival.
Yeah.
And I thought the teacher didn't say, so what should we do? And the child is coming in the evening from school at 6 p.m. And now we have to go to the salon.
Yeah.
And I cannot go to the house and stay and leave the child.
Yeah.
Okay, on a normal Saturday, daytime, they'll go.
Yeah.
But now this is evening. And I thought to myself, we just go and have those braids crocheted on the lines, because we cannot undo the lines and wash the hair and blow dry it and start braiding it. It will take us forever. And so that's what we did. And we were leaving the salon at 2:30 a.m.
What?
Yes. And I thought, and the following morning I was going to work. She was going to school. They wake up at some minutes to 5. Some minutes actually for something a.m. Myself as well. We need the traffic in Nairobi. And I thought to myself, this is a different version of me. What am I doing seated in the salon
At-
at 2:30? You know, because
I might
somebody
have-
wants to go for music festival.
I would have cut this hair
That
or
has nothing
something.
to do with me. So these are things, and this is just last week. This child is 10 years.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how far we have come. So my point is, it teaches you that there's a version of you that you have not yet brought out, that is still locked within you, but this baby will bring it out in the course of their life. And you have to embrace it with joy, because when you're frustrated as a mother, sorry, the child will get the frustration. The child will be frustrated. You will not bring up a whole individual. And you want to bring up a wholesome person, not a broken person. And also motherhood has taught me to be in the right environments, to create the right environment. I don't want to be in an environment that is toxic, because that toxicity enters inside my child's system. To an extent of, when you're in pregnant, expecting a baby, if you're crying a lot, do you know the baby will come out when they are a bit depressed?
Yeah, there's, I think, research.
Yes, sorry. It has taught me that I need to be aware, consciously aware of how I am within myself, how I'm carrying myself even in pregnancy, because it will affect that baby. And I don't want to have a problem, because the baby is still with me. I'm not going to give them out to anybody else. So motherhood has taught me to also be very conscious and careful of the environments I put myself in, because whatever is in me, whatever I'm feeding myself, is what will come out to the children, is what I will give in. As I had mentioned earlier in the other episode, out of the abundance, no, I didn't mention this, but out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Whatever is inside you is what comes out. So when whatever I allow myself, what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, who I'm talking with, who I'm engaging with, I will push that down to the children, because most of them, as mothers, we spend more time with the kids. And there's this African proverb that says, the one who is not taught by the mother will be taught by the world.
It's better in Kikuyu
and Swahili, you know. So the mother takes a lot of teaching. Most fathers, you not hear them telling the child, don't. It is the mother who is screaming these things. Don't do this, you should do this, you should do this. So what is that I'm saying don't? You know, because I don't want to go with a baby that I have raised, and in the supermarket, I tell them you cannot take this, and they throw themselves on the floor and they are screaming. Or a baby that I am raising, and when we meet with our little other, their age mates, cousins, they have their own play toys, and my baby wants to take all the other play toys and is bullying the other children. That's who I am raising. This person, when they are teens and preteens, that's how they will be. They will never know how to live with other people, because I'm not putting that. But where is that coming from? From me. Because who you become like who you look at. So that's what motherhood has taught me, to be a better person, to be a better version of myself, so that I can put it down to the children.
Absolutely. And sometimes we think because that parenting comes naturally. I love the way you've said it, because it's a continuous learning. Don't think because, you know, I gave birth to 3 children that I have all it takes. It's my responsibility as a mother of 3 kids to constantly pour into myself, to learn to be better. Absolutely. For their sake. And, you know, at least you know you've done your part. Because I think so many people overlook that. They think parenting comes naturally. Some does, a lot of it does, but a lot of it needs a woman. You keep going back to yourself.
Consciously.
Consciously. Talk to me a little bit about these children, and you talked about values. How do you shepherd children, or especially preteens, and now our upcoming generation, how to start having values? Because I know this is something you're also very passionate about. You know, how do you even at their age begin to, is it by talking to them? What has been your experience?
And you know, that is a very good query, because you know you cannot train a preteen much, because you start when they are 1 or below 1. You actually start when they are breastfeeding. When they bite you, You need to show that baby you don't do that. Yes. And you know, when you show them,
how do you do that? Like maybe
no, you can do this. You know, slightly. It's just a little baby, but they, you know, they're trying to itch their gums because the teeth are feeling, they're coming out. So they pull on the nipple, on the breast, and it's very painful. So as you are showing them, you cannot do that. And you know, they stop. When you show them, you don't do that. So a baby, you start from when they are small. In fact, there's a life coach who said, I am big on life coach. I'm big on watching people who have gone ahead of me to learn wisdom. I love learning. And there's one who said, when they are 5 years, you are 4 years late. If you never taught them and they are 5, you're already 4 years plus, almost 5 years late in teaching them whatever you want. So we start when they are small. Every small, as they are growing, you keep telling them, this is not the way, do it this way. As depending on their level, depending on their level, but not telling baby, I'll beat you, and you're not following through with that. You know, if they have done something, they have taken a cup and dropped it because they are angry, or hit you with it because they're angry because you didn't do something. And the little babies like to do that. They like to throw things. And you don't show them, and you tell them, I'll beat you, stop that, I'll beat you. And now they continue, and you don't do it. Now they will think that that's what life is. And you know, life and society is very unforgiving. When they are older at the workplace, or even in school, and now they're in upper primary and whatever, the teachers were not given that leeway to do what they want. So I always say, start with the baby when they are little, based on the little things they are doing that are wrong. Like, for example, a baby is, you've refused to do something, said no, because no is also an answer, and a very good answer. And they are screaming, wow. I know there are some babies who can just shout, but that's not the way, because you cannot have a meltdown. You have to learn how to control your emotions, you know. Of course, you not tell them not to, but you need to teach them that's not the way. So this is a small baby. As we grow. So by the time they are reaching preteens, they grew up with these values. By the time they are a preteen, like my daughter who is 10, she knows we don't do this. She didn't know it today. I have been saying it. And mothers, we are told we are a continuous broken record. We are always talking the same thing. But it's the only way. The Bible says, listen to your mother's instruction. Yes. And do not forsake her law. She has a law. She's talking to you something, you know. So by the time they are teenagers, by the time somebody is 18, 19,
it's very
what
hard.
Are you telling this person? They have already shaped who they are, right? So we have to, like now I have a teen who is 14 and a boy, and boys are men, growing into men very strong. The testosterone is setting in well, the masculinity is coming in. You can't just treat him the way, I know I can't just do what I think that I want to do. He's in a place where you need to converse and agree, negotiate, understand each other. He's not younger like one I have who is 5, who I can still beat. This one you cannot beat at all. So I believe you start when to put in these values. And I always say, I want, and I hope that, and I believe that I will do this. I want to inculcate in them, and I always ask the Lord to help me they embody the fruit of the Spirit. Not it's the fruit, not the fruits. It's nine characteristics of the Spirit that is called a fruit. That is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control. If somebody can manage to instill this in a child, we have started somewhere. We have started somewhere, because they will hold on to this. And now as they grow, you show them, by the way, this one is what God expects of you. It is in His word. Because of course they don't understand when they're younger. When somebody holds on to such values as a child and as a teen, as they grow into adulthood, they are able to navigate better. They're able to have integrity. They're able to be very kind to people. They're able to treat human beings with empathy. Not only sympathy, because sympathy is one thing. You can feel sorry for me all day. But empathy is putting yourself in that person's shoes, so that you don't do the things to them that you wouldn't want them done to you. You know? They are able to live out the Christian way of life. If it's another religion, the same. Because every religion has their own,
It is true,
value system.
but most of the time it's the same value.
It's the same value,
kindness,
yes,
and treating people.
How to, because now when they enter in relationships, they will be better partners. They will not be what we have just talked about, marriage and the selfishness and all those self. No, they will be better. They will place themselves in a position to do better to other people. So I really try my best. I'm learning. I like to learn. I like to listen to mothers who have gone ahead of me, what they have done. I really love to, because I am not there yet. And my children are young. They are still growing. But they are 4 of them. 2 boys and 2 girls. Yes.
And as we end, we've talked about so much. This motherhood piece was just the last piece I felt I should have, because it's an important one. What's the kind of legacy you want to leave, whether in your, as a mother, as Sarah, as a marriage, coach, champion of marriage, champion of faith? What do you feel for you? Because before I forgot one question. Before we go there, I want you to look into the camera and talk to a woman. There are a lot of women who are discouraged in the state of their marriages. This is the world we live in. In fact, right now, even with that email, you might just get someone who's just like, I don't know how I stumbled across this, but a lot of women are feeling, I have tried, and yes, someone has caused them pain, but encourage them. Just encourage them. I don't know what you would say to them, but there are a lot of those women.
Yeah, there are so many. Marriages are under attack indeed. Relationships are tough to navigate. But I would like to just speak to somebody and tell them, lady, first of all, take an audit of yourself. Just step back from this thing that is ahead of you that you're in. Take a step back. Take an hour or 2, sit back, and first of all, look at yourself. How did you get here? What happened that you're in this situation that you're so hurt? From there, look at the situation and ask yourself, can it be salvaged? Is it able to be done? And if yes, is there hope? Because you have to have hope. The Bible says that without hope, the bones dry up. Imagine. So if you don't have hope for this thing, then you need to sit back and tell yourself, do I want to continue? Because this thing, you have to do it yourself. Nobody can tell you what to do. We can only guide in a certain way to see this situation how it is. So what I can advise is, take a step back, look to yourself, see how you got here. Did you make the right choices? Did you not make the right choices? And you have to be real to yourself. Be authentic. Just be honest. There's a saying that says you cannot lie to yourself, you cannot lie to God, and you cannot lie to the devil. You know the truth. You know everything is the way it is. Face that. What you can never conquer, what you don't confront. Face it individually first before you go to face this person who is in the middle of all this mess that is in your life. In that way, you will be able to know, do I want to continue, or is it time for me to think otherwise? And that way you'll be able to, first of all, you have sorted it from within. Another thing you need to do is to learn areas of growth. By the time we are reaching to a point of no return, there is somewhere we did not grow. There is something that we missed, and we were not able to conquer that thing, grow into that thing, grow into better communication, grow into faith, grow into character, grow into education. There's something we missed, and that is why we are in this situation that we are in. So identify what is this gap that you have and purpose to grow into it. Do you know when you put that energy into this growth that you want, this other thing will look pointless. It will look like a mole from a mountain. And you will be in a better position to tackle it. Because now you'll not be looking at it emotionally and subjectively. You'll be now objective. Because you've grown an aspect of yourself. Another thing I would want to advise and encourage is to have an anchor. I cannot overemphasize this. You have to have something that you stand on, something that you normally hold on to. Is it your faith? What is it? And don't look for an anchor that is destructive, that will destroy you. Don't look for something that will destroy your life, that will take away part of your body, so to speak. Body parts. You don't have to remove a kidney or a liver to say a body part has been removed. Even an emotion that has been distorted in you is a removal of a part of you. So you need to anchor yourself onto something. What strengthens you? It is something that strengthens you is always bigger than you. And it should be something that does not destroy you. It doesn't let you become worse than you are. And of course, finally, is to just love who you are. Give yourself grace. Just as many decisions that are an error that you made, that you think you made, first of all, give yourself grace. Just pat on yourself. For those 20, 30, 40 years you have lived, only this thing is what looks like you did bad. You've done so much well. You've come such a long way. You've done so well. This cannot be the only thing that is hurting you, that is making you feel that you're worthless, that you have nothing going for you. There are so many things you've done right in the course of your life. Take an audit of that. A gratitude list. Have it. Write down, this I'm able to do. When you look at what you'll be like, oh, by there I'm very good. I'm a very good person. I don't need to go through this pain. I don't need to put myself through this. I have overcome this and that. So pat yourself on the back on the achievements that you have made. Even if, as I had mentioned earlier, is raising a child only, and you did it for a certain period, that is an achievement. Yes, it's good enough. It doesn't look it, but the baby moved from point January to December because you are there. So that's a part. So appreciate and love on you. You'll find gratitude and love brings out so much more that you didn't know that you had inside you. Then now you'll be able to tackle these things, and some things are better walked away from instead of trying to solve them. Because sometimes when you're dealing with somebody who does not want, you give and give and give and get nothing in return. So you need to identify, do I need to continue with this or not? Yeah.
Wow, mic drop. There's nothing to add, nothing to extract. That's a masterclass in self-mastery. The legacy you want to leave as we end.
I want to always be known for somebody who believed in things that people really don't believe in anymore.
Yeah.
Like marriages and family. Somebody who fought for solid and healthy relationships. Somebody who fought for and has fought for, continues to fight for godly and faith approach of raising children.
Yeah.
Faith-based approach of raising children, the godly way, because it's a commandment that we are fulfilling.
Yeah.
Somebody who has fought and overcome challenges, deep challenges in marriage, in loss.
Yeah.
And can help just speaking to somebody that you also can do that. You also can make it. You also can go through. And the word of God says that there is nothing that you're going through that your brothers and sisters all over the world have not gone through and overcome. Imagine it's just a season. So when I always remember that it's a season and it's passing, I want to help that woman. I want to help that lady, that girl. I want to even tell a young mom can you try this approach in raising your child? Because I have done it, So that's the kind of legacy. I want to be remembered and to be known as somebody who is always looking for a way. There's always a way. But you cannot be defeated. You cannot fail. There's always a way to come out of what? Just a solution giver.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, this has been a 3-part masterclass with the one and only Sarah.
Yes.
I can't believe time has gone so fast.
The godly way.
It's been incredible to learn from your wisdom, to learn from your strategy, to learn about what faith can do as an anchor.
Yeah.
And I hope this is an episode that You share with your daughters. You share with the young women you know in your life. You share with your nieces, aunts. I kid you not. There are so many gems. I can't wait for my daughter to listen to this episode, especially because I think there's so much she can start to think, even as she enters, going into her 20s and her late teens.
Yeah.
This has just been so incredible. Please like, share, subscribe. If you're out there and you have any wisdom, any expertise in finance, in real estate, in health, I want so many women to come on this platform that we learn, we share, and this is just the beginning. Thank you so much, Sarah. Please, 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 subscription does not cost anything. Please also like, it tells the algorithm that we are onto something great. This is the Woman Experience. Until the next time, bye-bye.
Bye.